Today's topic is the copper peptide, GHK-Cu. What is a copper peptide? Before I get to that, let me just give you a bit of an analogy here. You've heard of vitamin C. Vitamin C, we all know it's for colds and flu. So if you go to cold and flu, you get your vitamin C, you get it from oranges and lemons. Vitamin D, you know when your vitamin D is low, your immunity is low. How do you build up vitamin D? You go in the sun and vitamin D will build your immunity. Well known. You've heard of collagen. What does collagen do? We know collagen is related to skin. Nice skin, tight skin, young skin. That's what. Now, what is copper peptide? Have you heard about it? Maybe not. Maybe it's new for you. But let me explain what is a copper peptide. It's a substance that is found in the blood, and the low level in the blood you find at 20 years old. The levels of the copper peptide in your blood is at 200 milliliters per liter of blood. And as you get older, by the time you're 60 years old, it's gone less than half at 80 milliliters in the blood, circulating in your blood. So it's a substance, protein-based from amino acids, G for glycine, H for histidine, and K for lysine. So it's those three amino acids bonded with copper. But it has amazing properties, which I want to share with you. Once you understand it, you're going to find out a way of how to obtain it and how to actually bring the levels up to the levels of 200 milliliters per liter of blood. Because if you can get your copper peptides to the same levels as you were when you were 20 years old, this is what happens. So these are the different properties that the peptide does to the body. That's how the body responds when the peptide levels are back to 200 milliliters per liter of blood. So you'll get skin firmness and elasticity. So if your skin is not as tight as it was when you were 20 years old and it's getting worn out, or it's getting thin, or it's getting wrinkles, it will firm the skin, so your skin gets rebuilt because the levels are at 200 milliliters. At 60 milliliters, a lot of difficulty, and you get the aging process where your skin actually gets worse. It reduces fine lines and less wrinkles. So if you want to look young, if you want to look pretty like a young woman, and with men want to look like looking young, there we go. It reduces fine lines, less wrinkles. And it improves the structure of aged skin. It gives you skin firmness. So the presence of the copper peptide in the blood will actually, the body will respond and produce this effect. It stimulates wound healing. You probably notice as people get older, the wounds don't heal. The older you are, the slower the wounds heal. As you get your copper peptide levels up, the wounds close. I've seen people of 80 years old who've had deep wounds, was not closing, becoming septic, and when the copper peptide was raised, the wounds closed. It was like unbelievable, but this is what happens when the copper peptide is raised. It protects your skin from sunlight, from the UV, ultraviolet from the sunlight. So if you're in the sun all the time, your skin is protected from the sun. So instead of having sunscreens, you can actually have your copper peptides up, and you can actually even have creams with copper peptide, which actually protects your skin. Hair growth, thickness and color. New hair grows. How does new hair grow? It's because it stimulates your follicles. The follicles get food and the hair growth. So it actually repairs the follicles. Nerve growth. People with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's who've had nerve damage, it repairs nerve growth. Takes a while, so you have to raise your copper peptide to 200, and the body is now regenerating nerves. If the copper peptide is low, the nerves don't get regenerated, it just gets worse and worse. So you can reverse nerve damage with nerve growth. It helps with new blood vessel growth, which is called angiogenesis. Angio is blood vessels. Genesis is the generation of new blood vessels. So, for example, in your head, if you want to increase your hair, you have to have angiogenesis in the hair, in your scalp, for new blood vessels to come, and then all the nutrients for your hair comes, and your hair grows again. So that's one way of doing it. Lung repair. People who've got COPD, bronchitis, and pneumonia, which has damaged the lungs, and there's scar tissue in the lungs. It actually removes the scar tissue and repairs the lungs. It reactivates what is called the fibroblast. The fibroblast is factories in your body which are tissues which makes brand new tissues. When your copper peptides are low, those fibroblasts are switched off. When your copper peptide is raised again, those fibroblasts wake up, and when they wake up, they go and repair. So you can actually repair and get off oxygen if you're on COPD. Many people have happened that, but that's what's needed. It also has a property of anti-pain, anti-anxiety, and anti-aggression. It helps with this. It has properties for anti-cancer. It actually it actually switches off the genes that make the cancer. So cancer genes get switched off and the body stops producing cancer genes. That's one of the things. It repairs the body. It reduces inflammation. So if you've got arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, gout, asthma, anything to do with inflammation, it reduces inflammation. What it does is when there's inflammation, the normal procedure, the medical procedure normally is cortisone. So if you've got inflammation in the skin like eczema, what they do is you get creams with cortisone. But what cortisol does, it actually affects wound repair, it prevents wound repair. So you get more wounds and it does not close. And it thins the skin. So it doesn't, that problem is actually gets worse. So when your copper peptides go up, it controls the inflammation and it reduces the effect of cortisol so that you don't have wound repair is slowed down and thin, and your skin gets thinned and your skin gets rebuilt because you've got your copper peptide. And if you've got also arthritis or you've got joint issues, back problems, back pains, which is from cartilage degeneration, it regenerates cartilage, but you have to have your copper peptide up. So now for all these things to happen, for your skin to come right, for wound healing to happen, for hair growth, for nerve growth, blood vessels, lung repair, cancer, inflammation, cartilage regeneration, you also need to back it up with nutrition. So I'm Alan Wonnitz, I'm a nutrition expert. So I show you how to improve your nutrition and also show you how to raise your copper peptide levels. There's a way of doing it. How do you get copper peptide? You get it from serum, you get it from creams, you get it from injections. The problem is it's not easy to find, it's not easy to buy, and also it is unstable. You don't know what quality of products you're buying. When you're buying copper peptides, is the manufacturer reputable or not? So you've got all these challenges. And it also needs special storage, and you need guidance to apply it. And if you're taking injections, you need a practitioner to guide you on how to take, what dosages to take. It has a lot of challenges and complications. Another way you can raise your copper peptide level is with infrared light, low-level laser infrared light. You can do this. You've got equipment that does that, but you have to buy it. It's not cheap. And you need guidance from a health practitioner. Sometimes you have to go to a place to go and get your light therapy, or you can buy a mask, or you've got infrared beds, cumbersome, costly, need assistance. So these are the things. So you can raise your copper peptide. There are ways of doing it because that copper peptide was discovered in 1973 by Dr. Lauren Pickard. And from 1973 up to now, there has been a lot of medical research done on it. There's a lot of medical papers done on it. I can provide you the medical papers if you want to dig into this. And if this is not believable, let me know. You can contact me and I'll send you the medical references where I got all this information from. And if it's new for you and you would like to explore that, contact me as well. So I have found a way which has a non-invasive cutting-edge technology which can raise the levels of the copper peptide. So for you to find out more about this, you can actually, I offer a free 30-minute health consultation. So if you're experiencing any of these problems, or you know somebody else who's experiencing any of these problems, you've tried nutrition, you've tried everything, and these problems are still there, rest assured, raise your copper peptide and all this will start regenerating. You raise your copper peptide, you do proper nutrition and good supplements, and I guide you on these 3 steps and raise the copper peptide. All these problems start solving, and I will guide you on how to do this. So contact me, book your free health consultation. Click on the link below, and remember, subscribe to my channel, and from the channel you'll be getting nutrition tips and more education on nutrition and health and wellness. I thank you for listening. I trust I'll see you. If you have any more questions, please feel free to contact me or book the free session and we shall meet.